They say P2B had no structure. He gave them one. They say P2B was just a social media trend and he won 12 states, including the FCT. But now the Labour Party claim they regret having P2B on their platform. Welcome to Raging Hot Mic. Today we expose the biggest lie in Nigerian political history. How a party that couldn't even win 6,000 votes in 2019 presidential election, now think they can survive after biting the finger that fed them. My question is the Labour Party better without P2B, or they're officially dead? Good morning and good evening to everyone, depending on where you're watching me from. If you like my content, smash the like button, subscribe, follow, and then drop your comments in the comment section. Let's go. The first talking point: the Labour Party didn't give Obi a platform. The Obidient built that platform. The Obidient built that platform after P2B joined that party. And I have several reasons to say so. Yes, P2B might have run on the Labour Party's platform, but that is different from saying they gave him the platform or they made him. Now, before Obi joined Labour Party, the presidential candidate for the Labour Party in the 2019 election was Alhaji Muhammadu Usman Zaki. He was the candidate and he won only 5,074 votes across the entire country. 5,074 in the last election before P2B joined. Once P2B joined, in 6 months, he joined the party in 6 months. This is a man they claim he had no structure. He joined the party in 6 months, and at the end of the election, even though the election was widely claimed or acclaimed to be rigged and corrupt, the conduct where the winner was announced around 3 a.m. midnight. They claimed they were going to use Premuda whatever upload, where they upload the live results. It never happened. But despite all this, P2B still won 6.2 million votes at the end of the election. So that is a 120,000% increase from the last presidential election. So in 4 years, the same Labour Party saw a 120,000% increase. How can you explain that? 120,000% increase. Their last candidate, Alhaji Usman Zaki, won only 5,074. These are numbers associated with the local government chairman. Yet, P2B won 6.1 million votes. Yet, they claim they made P2B and they are better off without P2B. Let's continue. In 2019, the Labour Party did not win a single local government. Not one. They didn't. They didn't win a single local government. The Labour Party failed to win any local government. Now, in 2023, Obi not only won several local governments, he won 12 states, including the mega city or the mega state of Lagos. And yet, the Labour Party claim they are better off without him. The third one: before Obi, the Labour Party had only one member in the whole National Assembly. So you're talking about they have 109 senators, and I think more than 300 House of Reps members, or it could be 400 because some states have 12. I think Kano and Lagos, they have some of them have 12, some have 6. So they didn't have any senator, they didn't have just one member of House of Reps, and this is a party that claimed that Obi used them. This is a party that told Nigerians they regretted feuding Obi and apologized to Nigerians. This is a party that claimed that they are better off without P2B. I'm not going into if Obi is going to win the next presidential election, or Obi's defection, if it's a good thing or a bad thing, or that is not the top. That's not what we're talking today. The reason why I'm making this topic is because not everything has to end negative. No, there are some relationships that even when it ends, you move on. You don't cry like a baby. You don't go on trying to portray the other party bad, trying to spin it, trying to start a PR that makes the other party look ugly. Yes, P2B felt he could no longer associate with the Labour Party. Good and fair. You send him a note or a message thanking him, thanking his supporters, and telling the supporters of the Labour Party to be steadfast. This is just a temporary problem. The party is going to bounce stronger. That's all. That's all you needed to do. Doesn't need to be ugly. P2B is not the first candidate or the first politician to move from one party to another. The Nigerian political system is full of politicians who have done that. So I don't understand the reason why you have to release a statement in order to portray P2B as an ugly person, to make him look bad. It makes you look childish. Yeah, it makes it clear that maybe you were sponsored or you have been sponsored, which is one of the things some of the supporters of P2B were saying. The man never came out to say it. He didn't deny it, or he never said, but it was alleged that there were some infighting orchestrated by people outside the party, from the external forces, from the powers above. So when you release that statement to paint him dirty, it was confirmed. It was validated. So, but when you are painting him dirty, can you rewrite history? No one can rewrite history. Well, that is the reason why I have Raging Hot Mic. I talk about facts. Don't talk about sensational issues. Don't talk about emotional issues. I give you facts. I deal with the numbers. I give you statistical facts. The numbers don't lie. So when you paint him back and say now the party can restructure, now the party can have this fresh air, now the party can move forward, you're only deceiving yourselves. Only lying to yourselves. Because you were nothing before he joined. Yes, before he joined, you won one governorship election. That was Dr. Olusegun Mimiko in Ondo State. But it was still the same infighting that drove him away from the party. And he formed his own political party at the end of his second tenure. This is the same thing, the same frustration that pushed him out is the same thing the same guys did to P2B. I don't know if it's the same individuals. The problem with the Labour Party is they fail to realize that politics is different from unionism. They deal with political issues like unions. These are guys, they don't even invest in their candidates. When have the top members of this union are being sponsored by the powers above? You all know it. Because why is it that they've never come out to say in each local government, in each state, this is our candidate? Why is it that you see top union leaders supporting the winning party or the ruling party? If the Labour Party is really a union political party, it's not. But when they see somebody willing to give life to the party, they eat that person up. You scored 5,000 votes in 2019 election. You should be ashamed of that. 5,000. And you claim Labour Party is the union party. It's not. You know how many teachers you have in the country? You know how many civil servants? I'm not talking about directors or permanent secretaries. I'm talking about level 4, level 7, 8, 9 civil servants, teachers, people who work in parastatals and agencies. So you mean if they all come together, local government staff, and back one Labour Party candidate, that person can't win election? They are not doing that. Because even the union is compromised. I'm not the first to say that. Don't go on strike, don't go on strike. You have compromise all over the place. Then you bring that compromise you've done in the union down to political parties or down to politics. It's a recipe for disaster. Where was all this infighting about the leadership before P2B's coming? Where was it? Well, he started fighting because he saw money. Started fighting because there was something at stake. You eat your own party alive. Then when P2B leaves, you release a statement painting him black. I'm not here to say maybe P2B should have done better in the Labour Party. Maybe he should have held it together. Maybe he should have provided the structure the Labour Party needed. Maybe he should have provided a strong leadership Labour Party needed. We could be dictatorship, or maybe was needed at that moment. But that is not the topic for today. The topic for today is the ugly statement released by the Labour Party after the exit of Dr. P2B. That's the topic. You didn't need to do that. So you had only one candidate before P2B joined the party in the National Assembly, the whole National Assembly. At the end of the election in 2023, Labour Party won 8 Senate seats. 8. That's massive for a party that was formed, or a movement that was formed only 6 months. The Obidient were the ones who did that. 6 Senate seats and 35 House of Representative seats. That is massive. The Obedience did that. The Obedience funded the party. Are you talking about the rallies? When you go on social media, all those responding on social media, they're not members of the Labour Party. Some of them don't even know where the closest Labour Party office is. They don't go near to the Labour Party. They are supporters of one man. It's organic. If you want to understand, they've not seen the man. I'm not saying the man is the best person. That is what people confuse with politics. I'm not saying he's the best candidate. I'm not saying he's the holiest candidate. But I'm saying he's a human being or an individual that inspires hope and confidence in certain people. It could be false hope if that is what you think. But this is a movement that he does. There's no payment. No one can say this is who he paid. Some of these guys have never even met this man, but the love is organic. The man is charismatic. So that is why, in order to malign him, or in order to make him look bad, you go to sentimental issues. You resort to issues. Oh, he's taking orders from a madman. Oh, where did he make his billions from? Now he's not better than the other parties. So now you realize. So you want to make him look as bad as the other ones. You don't look at the statistics. What are the statistics? You don't look at the education when he was governor in the state. You don't look at the standard of living. You don't look at the cost of living. You don't look at the poverty rate. You don't look at his wealth after leaving office. Apart from the claim that he invested lots of... This is the only governor who did not borrow in his 8 years. He didn't. This is why I expect people to bring it up. Show me. This is the only governor who left office with more money in the coffers of the state. After he left office, the state had more money than when he became governor. These are facts. It's not about these facts. The state had more money in the account. Then, in order to malign him or in order to make him look bad, you start talking about, oh, you should have invested the money. Where do you stand? You have governors looting the state dry. You have governors inheriting debt, massive. Now, in order to pay the debt, the state can't even move forward. And you have a governor that left more money in the state's finances, more than when he became the governor. And you still look for a way to make him look bad? Simply because you don't like the man? Or simply because you want your candidate to? You don't talk about your candidate. Did you notice? They don't talk about their candidate. Only talk about P2B's bad vices. Oh, he claims he wears one watch. But those are emotional issues. Nobody, what's my business with what he claims, how many watches he wears, how many shoes he wears? He's not trustworthy. He's not trustworthy. Can we check the finances of some of the politicians who were ministers or governors in their states? So these are issues I want us to talk about. This is a man that told us as far back as 2023 that you cannot move a country forward without production. This is a man that faulted all this infrastructure. I'm all for infrastructure. But the problem I've seen in Africa and especially Nigeria is infrastructure is the fastest way these politicians loot funds. You go to some of the states, they have roundabouts. They have flyovers. Do you know the meaning of flyover? Flyover is done to reduce traffic. How many cars do you have? You go to some state capitals, they have 5 flyovers. For what? For beautification. How many tourists do you attract? No. People are hungry. People need employment. You go to Ebonyi State, for instance, there's a company, Nigerson Cement Factory. It's been dead for years. Years. The government sold out private. You know how many people that company can employ? You know how much the state could make from taxes? You know how many people that company can feed? Nigerson Cement in Calago. That was back then. It's dead. People are being old pension. People who worked in that company. It's dead. But the state is busy building airports. Airports. How many people travel international or local in that state of Ebonyi? How many? What are you building airports for? People are hungry. What are you doing? 6 flyovers, 7 flyovers. They don't need flyover. How many cars are on the road? They need employment. They need jobs. What have you done to move the private sector to create companies? Look at the rice factory. What has the state contributed to improve those rice? And this is why I have a problem with this oil money. Somebody in Ebonyi State is getting oil money in oil that is in River State. They have no business about that or with that. Let the Rivers guys manage their oil. Yeah, because it makes everybody lazy. You have rice, you have oil, you have salt. Why not concentrate on your salt? Why not concentrate on your gold? In other states, you want the oil of someone else? This is why we can't develop, because everybody is lazy. Every state governor sits down and just waits for their location. That's all they do every month. So this is why the Nigerian governors don't take us serious, because they don't make money from the individuals. If we have job, they will pay tax. They will get tax from us. Forget about what they say about this new tax law. They don't regard you because they make their money from oil. You go to many of the European countries, they are taxed high. They create jobs because you need that job to pay high tax. So the state makes sure you pay taxes. But when you don't have a job, you can't pay taxes. But the state doesn't even care how much do they make from taxes. They make their money from oil. 90% of Nigerian revenue comes from oil. 90. Yet oil employs only 10%. 10. So that means you don't have jobs. Now, after Obi leaves Labour Party, what are the problems? You're going to have mass exodus of Obidient. The party is going to become a shell that it was before Obi joined. Watch out. You're not going to see Labour Party on social media no more. You're not going to see that. Abia State Governor is going to decamp. He's just bidding his time. He will. He said not for now. He will. Maybe around June, maybe around May. He will, because that party, the same thing that happened to Obi will happen to him. They're going to eat him alive. And the last and not the least, the legal issues. You have Aburi, Julius Aburi, you have Apata, and you have Nenadi Usman, all fighting. The Nenadi Usman group is the one friendly to Peter Obi. Don't be surprised if they move to ADC soon. The Labour Party had a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity and they blew it up. Now, let's wait for the burial because they're officially dead. Thanks for watching. Our Raging Hot Mic will not be deceived and will not be silent. Have a good one.